Edgar Allan Poe is a renowned author, known for his haunting yet beautiful tales. The oval portrait, with its Gothic overtones and supernatural elements, is no exception. In this story, Poe uses first-person narration to describe a night when the narrator and his chauffeur stay at the grandiose yet gloomy chateau of Mrs. Radcliffe. In describing the decor of the apartment in which they stay, the narrator states that although the decorations are rich, they are antique and worn. Among these decorations are tapestries and armorial trophies. Armorial is used to describe trophies that are of or relating to heraldry. This word is actually a cognate to the French word of the same spelling, armoriel. The narrator finds the room is also filled with a number of paintings, which sparks his interest, perhaps because of his incipient delirium. Poe uses the word incipient to describe the narrator's initial or growing delirium, meaning that his madness or insanity has just begun and will grow. This delirium leads the narrator to explore the ledger in the room that describes the paintings and provides additional information regarding them. When the narrator moves the candelabra to continue reading, the light strikes a previously unseen painting, so unique and lifelike it startles the narrator. He states that the movement of the light onto the canvas seemed to dissipate his dreamy stupor. Poe uses the word dissipate to describe the way the light chased away and dispersed the tiredness from the author. Upon viewing the portrait, the narrator is surprised to see such a lovely countenance. He describes the girl's countenance, her face, or facial features, as that of immortal beauty. He is most surprised with the portrait's lifelikeness, at first mistaking the portrait for an actual woman. As the narrator explores the ledger for information regarding this portrait, he discovers that the subject of the portrait was a beautiful and happy woman who fell in love and married a passionate, austere painter. The word austere refers to the severe nature and stern attitude of the painter. In other words, he was well disciplined and strict. According to the ledger, the woman was gleeful and happy until her husband expressed a desire to use her as the subject in his painting. However, she was obedient and allowed him to paint her, posing for him for days and weeks in the dark and gloomy turret where the narrator was now staying. Without his noticing, the woman began to wither away under the unpleasant conditions. All the while, the painter focused on his portrait of his beautiful bride until finally he was done. He excitedly exclaimed, "This is indeed life itself," only to find that his wife had died. Poe's story ends abruptly here with the death of the bride. His story does seem to imply something supernatural could have been occurring, as he states, "The tints which he spread upon the canvas were drawn from the cheeks of her who sat beside him." However, it is up to you to decide whether this was supernatural or just an analogy.